Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane back again for another stock pick of the day. This will be the last stock pick of the day video for the week, but the first stock pick of the day video for December. That's right, I said December. We are in the last month of the year. Again, this month has really flown by. Been a lot going on this month for me and my family here. Hopefully you all have had a great year and we end this one on a high note. Happy holidays to everyone out there. Hope you spent Thanksgiving time with some family and friends and are getting ready to do the same around Christmas time and New Year's as well. Today, first day of December, we are going to take a look at Mosaic. They are a provider of potash and phosphates for farmers and companies that grow crops. Let's jump right in and take a look at them. Now, as I said, Corporate Profile Mosaic is one of the world's leading crop nutrition companies with a focus on potash and phosphate, two of the three most vital nutrients. Our mission is to help the world grow food it needs. It's a compelling mission in many ways for our employees. It's a noble purpose for our customers. It says Mosaic is here to help them overcome a very daunting challenge. And for investors, it signals very significant long-term growth opportunities. Some of their products: Aspire, K-Mag, Micro Essentials, Pegasus. If you are in the farming community, you probably know some of these here. And if you want to know more about Mosaic, go ahead and check them out at mosaicco.com. That is their homepage where I pulled this information from. Again, a company that provides fertilizer for farmers and other people who grow. I imagine they provide some for the home enthusiast gardeners as well, not just for farmers, but again, check them out at their homepage if you want to know more. We are talking about the Mosaic Company, ticker MOS. And the reason we are taking a look at them, they were down 4.31% on the day, closed out the day December 1st at $49.09. They have 52-week range, as low as $33.90, as high as $79.28. And even though they are not up against their 52-week low, they are definitely closer to that. I'd say maybe a little bit closer to the 52-week low than they are the 52-week high. Floating in the middle, almost $50 a share, so kind of floating in the middle there, I guess. Average volume 4.5 million. Today was 2.8, so whoever was in there, it looks like they were selling. You can see that sell off throughout the day here. All right, market cap of 16.71 billion, a beta of 1.55, so it is more volatile than the overall market right now. Again, you can see that volatility throughout the day. PE ratio extremely low at 4.79. You'd want to look at this and compare it to the sector average, but that is a very low PE ratio. Earnings per share is pretty high at $10.25. Earnings date, the next one will be sometime between February 20th and February 24th. Forward dividend is 60 cents. That's paid out on the year. They are a quarterly payer, so divide by 4. That would give you your payout. You'll see that here in a little bit. And they have a low, this is another one with a low dividend yield of 1.18%. So we'll see here in a little bit, see if it's growing fast enough to justify a low PE, or I'm sorry, a low dividend yield here. Again, I don't really like to jump into companies with low dividend yields unless they are growing extremely fast, because I'm looking for more on the income play. But for those of you who are younger, early 20s, 30s even, I'm in my early 40s, so I'm looking for more of an income play as I leave the workforce. I want to replace my income with dividends. That's the idea behind building out this portfolio. But again, if you are younger and have another 20, 30 years to work, maybe some of these lower dividend payers with faster yields are the way to go. That's completely up to you. How you set up your investing criteria is a personal decision. Ex-dividend date, November 30th. So that was yesterday. So you would not get the next dividend if you bought them today or tomorrow even. You would have to wait for the following. And 1-year target, at least according to Yahoo Finance, where I pulled this information, not affiliated with Yahoo Finance, just where I like to go to pull some information. They have a 1-year target estimate for the stock price for $62.84. So it definitely speaks to some potential upside appreciation in the stock price here. Now we will jump over to stockanalysis.com, another site I like to look at for information, and I always recommend going to more than one site for information. Don't just rely on one source. That way you can check to make sure the information you are getting is accurate. And we're still talking about the Mosaic Company, ticker MOS here. And out of the 25 stock analysts they have here, their consensus was a buy, right? but it is close to that hold there. This would be a sell, hold, buy, right? And if you actually went to stockanalysis.com and you clicked on each one of these, I think I've mentioned it before, you would actually see how many of these 25 analysts call it a sell, how many call it a hold, how many call it a buy. You know, any of these you could put your mouse over them and they would tell you how many of those analysts were on each one of these here. Now, according to their low estimate, they have a $49.49 low estimate. Currently, it sits below their lowest estimate. So if it came back up to their low, that would be a 0.75% increase. They have an average stock price of $66.62. That would be a 35.63% increase in stock price. And if it happened to hit their high of $97.65, that would be a 98.8% increase in stock price. And all the while, you could collect that 1%. Little over 1% dividend yield while you waited for it to get back to this 97 or hit this 97.65. That would be very nice. You'd basically double your money from where it currently sits, right? Now, this is where I typically show you my position. I do not have a position in Mosaic. Actually, it's not even on my radar. It just was one of the stocks I looked at today and saw that it was down significantly on the day. And on days like today where we still are having a lot of green in the market, I like to try to find companies that are down to present potential value to you. Now, a couple things I will say whenever I did just a little bit of research on this while I was putting together this video, I did notice that they have been growing their dividend since 2017, but they also paid a dividend before that, but had a cut. So in 2017, they cut their dividend, but they have been growing it since then. So only about 5 years of dividend growth since that cut, but they are growing the dividend very fast, 104.36%. That's an extremely fast dividend growth, but you would want to go look at their free cash flow, look at their projected growth, see if this is sustainable. Very low payout ratio as well, 4.7%. So they should have plenty of room to increase that dividend. Now, whether or not it would continue to increase at this rate, that's hard to say, especially since just 5 years or 6 years ago they cut their dividend. So that's a little concerning that within the let's say the last decade they've cut their dividend, but extremely fast grower. And if you did more research into the company and it was a pretty stable company and looked like they had some good future growth projections, maybe it's one to take a little bit of risk on. For me personally, I never put too much of my money or my eggs in one basket, so always make sure you're diversified in any of these companies that you invest in. Make sure you're not just counting on just one stock or one company or even one ETF for all of your investing needs. That's just a suggestion. That's just what I do. Again, they do pay out quarterly, and it's 15 cents per share quarterly payout there, or at least that was their last one. I don't know if they've increased that since this last payout, and their ex-dividend date we saw was yesterday, and they will pay out on December 15th. So if you bought them now, you would not get that December 15th payment. You would have to buy them and wait for the following. So that is Mosaic. If it is in your portfolio and you know more about it, why don't you drop a comment down below and let us know what does their future growth look like? Are they a company worth doing more research on? That's completely up to you. I apologize, it's 12:01, not 11:30 there. But as always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join me on this journey to financial freedom. Hopefully you are on your own journey as well. And drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of Mosaic. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, suggestions for future topics, or constructive criticism. Go ahead and drop it all down below. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're having a great year as we wrap this one up. Look forward to 2023. Wow, can't believe it's already almost 2023, but here we are. All right, again, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm willing to share my opinion and invest for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk, can't lose money. You should never invest any amount in companies, and always do your own research, best based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek advice counsel with a certified financial advisor.